I didn't do a particularly good job of explaining the two problems about worker compensation and labor costs in class. So I wanted to take time to put it out on an Excel spreadsheet and walk you through it one more time. So the two questions are about have to do with worker costs and how that factors into the cost of manufacturing. The first question is, what are my labor costs per camera? So you can see there are these givens in the problem. There's the annual compensation, there's the stipulation that there's no overtime or severance pay, specifies how many PATs are there. Actually, that information isn't required. Tells what your quarterly investment in training is, and it tells what the annual PAT productivity is. So what you have to do is first calculate your compensation per PAT. And you do that by taking the individual compensation and multiplying it by 4, because there's 4 members per PAT. That comes up with $128,000. Don't forget the training bonus though, so or not training bonus, but the investment in training, so that's 1,000 times 4, $4,000. Sum them, and that's $132,000. Now I determine what my labor costs per camera are, or saying, given that my annual labor costs per PAT are $132,000, and that PAT produces 9,000 cameras annually, my labor costs are $14.67 per camera. And of course, this is not very good. That's an uncompetitive wage rate. So this just gives you a cue of what's going on in that. How does that number come up? How is that number derived? And then what factors influence it? So you can see both the level of compensation and the productivity, both are key determinants of the cost per camera. Here's the second problem, and I perhaps should have worked at first. How do I compute my total compensation? Well, here you have your base wage, which for this problem would be $20,000 a year. You have their attendance bonus of $100 per quarter, and again, that's set by you. The benefit cost, which is just a standard factor. You have an assembly bonus, and then you have how many cameras the team produced last year, and that's important for the assembly bonus. So now I take my $20,000 base wage, I add to that my attendance bonus per quarter, so that's the 4 times 100, the cost of their benefits, and then for the assembly bonus, they assembled 9,000 cameras. However, there are 4 members, so they have to split that bonus equally, so I divide the 9,000 by 4, and that total is $25,950. And then you can see that would fit right back up here as part of the calculation for what's my total annual compensation. So those are the two problems that I did a poor job of explaining in class. Hopefully they're crystal clear to you after this. If not, watch the video again. If not, then give me a shout. Good luck.